Sir, I'm going to ask you to take an oath. You raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you'll give to the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear and affirm.
If you would, please take a seat, speak towards the microphone, and state and spell your name for the record.
My name is Jeremy Howell. That is Jeremy Howell.
Sir, where are you currently employed?
I'm currently employed by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
And how long have you been with the GBI?
I've been with the GBI nearly 15 years.
All right. And what is your current assignment with the GBI?
I'm currently assigned to the Office of Special Investigations Cold Case Unit.
And before you were with the Cold Case Unit, what was your previous assignment at the GBI?
I started out in 2011 as a special agent. I was assigned to the Region 15 office, which is down in Sylvester, Georgia, which is down in southwest Georgia. I was there for about 2 years. Then I had an opportunity to come up to the Region 11 office, which is in Athens, Georgia, where I was a crime scene specialist for a decade.
And you mentioned being a crime scene specialist for a decade. Do you have any particular role or specialization within the Cold Case Unit?
Yes. As a crime scene specialist and a former trained crime scene specialist, I bring those skills into assessing crime scene summaries and other things related to cold case investigations.
And how many years of law enforcement experience did you have before joining the GBI in 2011?
I've been in law enforcement since 1998, in a local level from 1998 until I joined the Georgia Bureau of Investigation in 2011.
When did you move to the Cold Case Unit?
I joined the Cold Case Unit at its inception, which was July 1 of 2023. That was a weekend, so our first day on duty was, I believe, July 3rd of 2023.
At any point while you were in the Cold Case Unit, were you assigned the murder of Tara Baker for investigation?
Yes, I was assigned to assist Liz Bigham as she was assigned as the the lead of the investigation, and my responsibility was to assist her in that endeavor.
Once you were assigned the case, what process did you go through as far as your reviewing of the case file, and how did you familiarize yourself so that you could begin your investigative acts?
Our first step in the process was to partner with Athens Clarke County Police Department. We wanted to centralize all of the evidence and also all of the case file that they had. They were kind enough to grace us with a securable conference room at their West Side precinct, which is over by the mall. And we had secure access to that. So we consolidated all of their case files there, as well as all the evidence there. And the first thing we wanted to do was assess those materials. We wanted to modernize the case file, which was to scan everything and make it into a searchable format as a PDF. We also wanted to inventory all of the items of evidence and compile a list of what we had, what had been done with it, and seek other potential things that we could do with that evidence.
And was this a process that was completed in a day, or did it take longer than that?
It took much longer than this. There were multi-volumes to that Athens Clarke County file. There were multiple items of evidence. One of the things that we are graced with the Cold Case Unit is the gift of time and resources. So we methodically and meticulously go through these items in order to catalog them and also to modernize and review them.
As it relates to the volume of the information you had to digest or the size of this case file, how did that compare with other investigations in which you had been involved previously in your time in law enforcement?
This was the largest case file I have ever been a part of reviewing. There were over 21 large D-ring binders that were associated with this Athens Clarke County case file alone. There were over 5,600, I believe, 87 pages of material that were in those binders. There was also a separate PDF electronic copy of the case file that Athens Clarke County provided us that was 4,224 pages as well. And there were also a number of photographs that were within that case file.
And in particular, the photographs, this crime that you're investigating took place on January 19th of 2001. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Back then, when crime scenes were processed, are you aware of whether or not the Athens-Clarke County Police Department was still using, I guess, film-fed cameras? I don't know how that terminology works exactly.
Yes, they had film photography back then, and I believe digital cameras were pretty much in their infancy back then, and there were a few digital images.
Okay, so the images in this case, were there images that were not stored digitally?
Yes, there were crime scene photos that were mainly in film, and they had been printed out onto a print format and scanned. But one of the things that we wanted to do with the film negatives, it was to digitally scan those so that we could enhance those to the best that we could and collect as much data as we could, transitioning or transferring those film negative images into digital images with a digital scanning device.
And was that all part of what you referred to earlier as the modernization of the case file?
Yes, that was my responsibility.
Okay. And so let me ask you a little bit about your background and training specifically as it relates to crime scene processing. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and training in that area?
Yes. When I worked at the local level, I received some training at an academy up in North Carolina. It's called Searchy. I attended Searchy, I believe, in 2007. It's a 40-week program where you learn crime scene processing, and they're also a crime scene processing equipment provider. So you learn how to utilize the equipment that they produce and that they also market. When I joined the crime scene unit, one of the things they do is they send us to a 10-week program at the National Forensic Academy. That's also known as the Body Farm, but it's much more than just the Body Farm. It's a 10-week program in which each week is dedicated to a specific discipline. It starts out with crime scene documentation. It then moves into crime scene photography. Then it moves into latent print processing. And from there, you also learn bloodstain pattern analysis, shooting incident reconstruction, utilizing an alternate light source in order to be able to detect trace evidence, which is fine evidence that sometimes needs a little bit more help with technology in order to be able to visualize. There's also a component of arson and explosive investigations associated with that, and there's the body farm component of that, in which there is a facility off campus that has multiple deceased individuals in various states of decomposition, and you learn all of the aspects of death and decomposition based upon actual hands-on experience at that facility.
In your role as it related to this case, were you able to review the documentation of the processing of the crime scene at the time of the crime?
I was.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about any type of environmental challenges, if any, that existed with the processing of the crime scene in this particular case, as well as the collection of trace evidence in this particular case?
Yes, this was a very dynamic scene. Short of a natural disaster or an explosive event, this presented many challenges with the aspects of the environment. One, you have a fire event that is occurring there, and that is what the initial response and the initial call is. So the initial first responders are responding to a fire incident in which forcible entry needs to be made into a residence in order to conduct search and rescue operations and also to do fire suppression activities. I have experience with fire. I was a volunteer firefighter when I worked at the Madison County Sheriff's Office. I was also a volunteer firefighter with the whole volunteer fire department in Madison County. I spent 5 years in that role.
Your Honor, something just came to my attention. Can we approach the bench?
May
just let her know, Your Honor.
Yes.
Agent Howe, I think where we were, I actually kind of kept up with it, I believe, is you were discussing your previous fire experience.
Yes, and when I was with the volunteer fire department in Hull, one of the things I had the opportunity to do was to attend training at the National Fire Academy, which is in Emmitsburg, Maryland. I attended 2 different classes there. One was fire cause determination for company officers, which is a basic level arson determination class in which you learn how to do points of origin as to where a fire source may be. And I also attended a week-long training in incident management for large-scale incidents. When I was with the GBI, we also received, in addition to the training at the National Fire Academy, or the National Forensic Academy with arson and explosive investigations, we also would do training at our facility here in the state of Georgia, at the Georgia Public Safety Training Center, learning how to do photography in a burned building, because it's a completely different aspect of photography, trying to photograph and document that type of environment.
As it relates back to, you were describing some of the challenges at the crime scene. That's the context in which we entered a discussion about your previous experience with fire. How does moisture, especially heavy levels of moisture, affect the ability to collect trace evidence at a crime scene?
So as a fire smolders and consumes in order to be able to fuel its existence, fire suppression activities, you need to introduce water into that environment in order to be able to suppress that fire. That's normally under a pressurized line. There will be a spraying of water within that environment, which will add moisture to that environment. That in itself will move and rearrange the environment and also provide an element of destruction to that environment.
Objection, improper expert testimony or improper lay witness testimony, either one.
All right. Any response to the objection?
Your Honor, Agent Howe is testifying within the purview of his knowledge and training and has not offered an expert opinion on anything.
Yes, sir.
I'm assuming Agent Howell is attempting to take his testimony and apply it to the scene. So if he's not testifying as an expert, if the state is saying this is not improper expert testimony, our objection would be relevance. This testimony would be irrelevant if he is not trying to apply it to the scene of Ms. Baker's home.
All right, thank you. Any response to the next objection about relevance?
I believe, Agent Howell's involvement in this case had to do specifically with, at least in part, his training and experience processing crime scenes and his determinations about what, if anything, can be done additionally, in his opinion of the crime scene, is certainly relevant to his investigation of this crime.
And based on the state's answer, my next objection would be lack of foundation. If he wants to establish that Agent Howell could testify about the crime scene at Ms. Baker's home, he needs to bring in testimony that Agent Howell actually went to Ms. Baker's home during this time.
And should I respond to that, Judge?
You may respond if you choose to do so.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that Agent Howell has already testified that he reviewed the initial investigation as well as the initial processing of the crime scene. Traveling to Ms. Baker's home 22 and a half years or 23 years after the crime had been committed, and then testifying to that would not be relevant because it's not the same state as it was on January 19th of 2001. So I think that we have laid the foundation regarding that.
All right, thank you. I'm making a finding that this line of questioning is relevant. I'm overruling your objection with regard to that. With regard to this witness testifying in the form of an opinion, 24-701, which rules regarding lay witness opinion testimony, allows this testimony to be presented. I'm going to overrule your objection. You may continue.
Agent Howell, we were discussing the manner in which the application of water for fire suppression purposes may impact the crime scene and the ability to process it for trace evidence. If you'd like, I can ask the question again, and would that be helpful?
I can continue.
Okay, all right.
Within that crime scene are going to be absorbent materials. There's also going to be building materials that have the ability to absorb moisture and to absorb water. As those materials fall on top of the scene, it becomes layered. You have a burned layer, you have materials that have fallen on top of things, and then you also have singed materials in between within that. And those are going to be wet, and that may affect the transferability of different transferable materials such as trace evidence due to absorption, due to adhesion, and also different materials within that fire scene are going to change due to the effects of heat and fire. Things of plastic will become sticky or may melt. Different things may get consumed, and other materials may become absorbent of the water within that scene.
And so particularly as it relates to absorption and adhesion, I want to ask you some background questions and then ask you follow-up questions about those two things. Were you able to review the photographs from Miss Baker's bedroom from the initial crime scene processing?
I was.
Okay. Was there anything about debris that you found significant in your review of those photographs?
Yes, there was ceiling material and there was insulation that had fallen on top of Miss Baker within that scene. And in order to be able to evaluate the body of Miss Baker, those materials needed to be removed. It was a layering process in which things that are on top need to be removed in order to have her visible.
And so when those things on top, in this particular circumstance, what were the things on top of Miss Baker?
I believe that there was a piece of ceiling or a piece of drywall that was on top of her, as well as white in color insulation.
And as it relates to absorption and adhesion, did what you see in the crime scene photographs cause you any concerns about trace evidence from those two things, adhesion and absorption?
Yes. I recognize that there was the potential for critical trace evidence to be commingled with those materials.
Okay. How would that affect, if it's commingled with those materials, how would that affect the ability for it to be collected and processed at the crime scene?
It would be challenging.
Okay. Let me ask you a question about a particular type of trace evidence. Are hair fibers, or not hair fibers, but are hairs considered trace evidence?
Yes, they are.
Okay. As it relates to hairs in particular, based on your training and experience, would you expect to find hairs from individuals in environments that they regularly visit or occupy?
I would.
Okay. And so let me ask you this. I lost my train of thought there for a second. Let me ask you this about the processing of the crime scene in 2001. Have your tools that are available for crime scene processing changed from 2001 to now?
They have.
Okay. And so can you describe what may be referred to at times as presentism?
Yes. Presentism is one of those things that we try to keep in mind when we are looking at older cold cases. We try to recognize what the capabilities were at that time and what sort of technology they had available to them at that time. That way, when we're applying that critical lens to the case file, to the photography, to the crime scene summary, we're mindful of what the capabilities were then rather than applying presentism, what we can do now to that scene and its documentation. One of the things that we can do is apply modern techniques to evidence that's collected. So we normally try to look at that through that eyes of not bringing today's present capabilities to yesterday's casework.
In your review of the processing of the crime scene in this particular crime, were you able to evaluate the manner in which the crime scene was processed?
Yes.
Okay. And what opinion did you form about that?
I believed that they were innovative in some different techniques, especially with trying to assess and document some potential latent print evidence that was on the thighs of Ms. Baker, especially utilizing a chemical developer and a negative lift technique that I honestly was not familiar with until I read this case file and began to educate myself to that process. It was rather novel for the time.
Okay. Did you notice any major deficiencies that you noted or anything along those lines?
No, sir.
Okay. As it relates to the processing of evidence, you mentioned applying modern techniques. Did you go back and rephotograph any of the evidence?
I did.
Okay. In particular, in this case, did you go back and photograph one of the weapons that was used to murder Miss Baker?
I did. I needed some clarification on some things regarding that particular item of evidence.
And what was that particular item of evidence?
There were two photographs that I don't want to say caused me some concern, but just I wanted some clarity on. And it was a knife that was located on the floor next to the body of Tara Baker. Due to the positioning of the knife, I noticed that the exposed side, the upward side, was light in color. Then I saw another photo in the file of a knife being held up that had a dark in color handle. And I wanted to examine that, that knife in order to get clarification as to both sides of that knife, and also thoroughly photograph both sides of that knife so that there was documentation that this was in fact the same knife. To look at that knife in the crime scene photos, it almost looks like a wooden handled knife. But then when you look at it, a knife that's being held up against the wall, I believe there's a white latex glove that's holding up that knife. It looks like a black plastic handled knife. So I wanted to make sure that that was in fact the same knife. So I accessed that knife and I photographed both sides to demonstrate that that is in fact the same weapon.
When you say you accessed that knife, where did you access it?
We went to the Athens Clarke County Police Department in order to be able to access that knife in a quality control environment.
After you accessed it and photographed it, what did you do with it?
We immediately returned it back to Athens Clarke County. We sealed it back up. We left it there at the facility.
Okay. Agent Howe, I'm going to hand you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 94 that has already been admitted into evidence. Do you recognize that item?
I do.
And how do you recognize it?
I recognize it in a number of different ways. One is the labeling that is on it. I recognize the Athens-Clarke County, their evidence inventory ID on it, as well as their coding that's on it. It has their case number on it. It also has a description of a knife with an 8-inch blade and describes it as charred. It also has a sticker on it from our crime lab, the GBI crime lab, that has our Division of Forensic Science number on it as well as the submission number as number 015. And it also has our GBI evidence property tag, which is a barcode on it. And all of these labels are on this side of the box. There is the Athens-Clarke County evidence inventory sticker. There is our GBI evidence inventory sticker, and there is our GBI crime lab sticker here. And it also has seals on it, and where I access the box, there is my initials, my GBI badge number of 189, and the date that I accessed this as 9/14 of 2024.
All right. Do you have a pocket knife with you by any chance?
I do not.
Okay. Your Honor, is it
into
all right if I hand the witness a pocket knife?
It is.
All right.
Thank you.
If you would you please unseal that box?
Let's see. Here we go.
Those inside of the box that you just unsealed, what's contained in there?
There is a sealed brown paper bag in here as well that has the item number listed and documented on there. Again, it has the Athens-Clarke County case number on there. It has the item number and the description as a knife. And it also has tape on it from where I resealed this bag when I accessed it back on September 13th of 2024. And that's up here on the top.
Okay. Can you unseal that bag, please?
I can.
And I'll take my pocket knife back from you, Agent Howell. Thank you. Sir, inside of the bag that you unsealed, what is in it?
There is a butcher knife that was located within that that sealed paper bag.
And, Your Honor, I'd just ask that Agent Howell be able to step down from the witness stand and just display that a little bit closer to the jury.
You may.
Thank you, Agent Howell. If you could, please take the witness stand again and return the knife back to its original packaging. Agent Howell, as y'all are reviewing the physical evidence in the case and reviewing the case file, is there ever any effort made, you mentioned modern techniques, to determine if there's evidence that it may be useful to resubmit or analyze that maybe wasn't analyzed or can be analyzed in new ways?
Yes, as we document, inventory, and assess the evidence that is in the possession of Athens Clarke County Police Department in this case, we also discuss if there's anything more that we can do with these items of evidence. And we recognized a few items within that inventory that we believed we could do some additional investigative submissions for testing at our GBI DOFS center.
Okay. Do you know whether or not that was done in this case?
Yes, it was with multiple items.
Okay. And you said multiple items, those were submitted for retesting?
Yes.
Okay. Eventually, when Mr. Edrick Faust entered this case as a suspect in the murder of Tara Baker, was it due to result from a national database of DNA?
Yes.
Overruled.
Thank you, Judge. And so after y'all received that information, did you take steps to try and speak with witnesses that were interviewed back in 2001 to re-interview them?
We did.
Okay. And I'm not going to get into every single person, but to your knowledge, were Valerie Lowe and Ashley Peavy re-interviewed?
Yes, they were.
Okay. And who are those people, in your knowledge, who are those people?
My understanding is they were roommates of Tara Baker at the time of this incident.
Okay. And was Mr. Chris Melton re-interviewed?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And who did you know Mr. Melton to be?
I believe that he was the boyfriend and in a romantic relationship with Tara Baker
Okay.
at the time of this incident.
And on May 9th of 2024, did you have an opportunity to interview Mr. Edrick Faust?
I did.
Okay. And I want to come back to that interview in a few minutes, but first, what I'd like to do is show you what's been marked already but not admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 158. I'm showing this to Mr. Cruz first, Your Honor.
All right.
Agent Howell, on May 10th of 2024, did you have an opportunity to collect buccal swabs from Mr. Faust?
I did.
Okay. What are buccal swabs?
Buccal swabs are cells that are located within the cheeks of the mouth. They are very DNA rich and are a common method to collect cells for DNA testing in the preferred method at our state crime lab. And it's essentially get collected by utilizing a swab with a long handle, kind of like a Q-tip, but it's a one-ended Q-tip. And then you swab and you rotate within the inner side of the cheeks in order to be able to collect those buccal cells. They're then packaged in a sterile box. That box is then sealed, and then that box is then resealed into a paper bag similar to this.
Okay. And do you recognize that item that I handed you, States 158, I believe?
I do.
Okay. And how do you recognize it?
This bag is labeled with our GBI evidence property tag. It is BB 68963. And on this is also an evidence sticker that documents the date and time it was collected, who it was collected from, and where it was collected. And this has a description of a box containing 2 buccal swabs from the mouth of Edrick Faust. And this was collected on 5/10 of 2024 at 12:05 p.m.
Okay. And Judge, I'd move at this time to tender States 158.
Any objection?
No, ma'am.
It is admitted.
And when you, Agent Howe, made reference to it have been collected from Mr. Edrick Faust, do you recognize that person anywhere in the courtroom today?
I do.
Okay. If you don't mind, please describe where that individual is sitting in an item of clothing or other description.
He is sitting at the defense counsel table. He is wearing a blue and white striped shirt and glasses.
Your Honor, I'd ask that the record reflect that Agent Howe has identified the defendant, Mr. Edrick Faust.
So reflects.
Okay. After you collect those samples, where do you send them to?
We then send them and we submit them to our evidence receiving at our state crime lab facility, and our main center is in Decatur, Georgia, and that is our Division of Forensic Science Laboratory.
Okay. Agent Howe, I want to fast forward again before we rewind back to the interview. Are you familiar with the location at 350 Cooper Road?
I am.
Okay. What significance, if any, does that address have for you in relation to this investigation?
That was our understanding of a residence in which Mr. Edrick Faust would stay at.
Okay. And as part of the investigation of this case, was there ever a drone video created of 350 Cooper Road and 160 Fawn Drive?
Yes.
Okay. And, Your Honor, at this time I'm going to show Mr. Cruz what's been labeled as State's Exhibit 159. I'm going to retrieve an exhibit real quick before we continue down this line of question. Agent Howe, I'm going to display, or Your Honor, can I display a brief portion of this clip for Agent Howe in order for him to see if he recognizes it?
Yes, but I think you need to do that outside the presence of the jury or in front of him so he can see it.
Yes, Your Honor, and I will.
Yes.
Thank you.
Agent Howell, had an opportunity to review some different portions of State's Exhibit 159. Do you recognize what that is?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
I was present during that, and back on January 16th of this year, I was with another agent, Austin Bradshaw, and he flew a drone over the Deer Park area as well as the Cooper Road area in order to obtain footage.
Okay. And is this a fair and accurate depiction of the footage that was obtained on the date that you mentioned?
Yes.
Judge, I move to tender States 159 at this time.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
It is admitted.
I move to publish it to the jury, Judge.
May do so.
You're good.
Hey, Your Honor.
Podium, please, Judge.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
This TV turned on too?
Hopefully. If not, yes. There we go.
And publishing States 159. Before we start that, though, what are we looking at here as the video starts, Agent Howell?
This is the front side of 350 Cooper Road, and that is the front-facing side of the house that faces toward, I believe, the east and also the Deer Park subdivision.
I'm sorry, I stopped it just a little bit too early. I'm going to let it start playing again. All right. Agent Howell, camera just zoomed in on one house in particular with a fence surrounding the rear portion of the home. What address is that?
I recognize that as 160 Fawn Drive.
Okay. And where was it that Miss Baker was murdered?
That was at 160 Fawn Drive.
Okay. Back in 2001, you already testified you had an opportunity to review the crime scene photographs. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. That fence that appears around that property at that time, was that in existence in 2001?
That was not.
Okay. And I'm going to put up what's been marked as State's Exhibit 37 and already admitted into evidence as a overhead image of the Deer Park neighborhood from 2001, shortly after Miss Baker's murder. So if we could switch to the Elmo, please, Mr. Terrell. On State's Exhibit 37, if you could, please indicate by drawing a circle where 160 Fawn Drive is located.
And that's on, is this a touchscreen here?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. And now, if you are able, please draw a circle around where 350 is located. And Agent Howe, are you aware of the distance between 350 Cooper Road?
Yes, I measured that distance as 585 feet.
Okay. And if we could go back to the podium connection at this point. Thank you. And I'm continuing to play States 159 at this point. Agent Howe, the drone is looking back at a residence from 160 Fawn at this point. What is the residence that it is looking back at?
I recognize that as 350.
Okay. Your Honor, that concludes the display of State's Exhibit 159 for the jury at this time. And Agent Howe, if we could go back to the Elmo just briefly, Mr. Terrell.
I think it takes just a second. There you go.
Agent Howe, obviously in that drone footage, there were some trees and things along those lines. In looking back, I've displayed State's Exhibit 37 again. What is the nature of the trees and other foliage between 350 Cooper Road and 160 Fawn Drive back in 2001 as compared to the time at which that drone footage was taken?
Yes, our understanding at the time of this incident in January of 2001 was that this was a new development. This was still in the process of being developed, that the land had been cleared, and there's very minimal trees that were present. When we fast forward to today, there's overgrowth, there are trees present, and also 160 Fawn Drive has also changed in terms of additions being put onto that residence.
Okay. Agent Howe, I'm going to hand Mr. Cruz what I've marked as State's Exhibit 160. I'm going to hand you, sir, what I've marked as State's Exhibit 160. Do you recognize State's 160?
I do.
Okay. What do you recognize it to be?
This is the interview video with Edrick Faust.
And did you place any markings on this exhibit's tag?
I did. I initialed it.
Okay. And what did you initial it to signify?
That I had previously seen and reviewed that item of evidence.
And were there any, did it appear to be a fair and accurate recording of your interview with Mr. Faust on May 9th of 2024?
Yes.
Judge, I move to tender State's 160 and publish portions to the jury.
All right. Any objection, Mr. Cruz?
No, ma'am.
I want to go on the record just for a minute. I want to address our media, if I could, one more time, and just be really clear about the Rule 22 that the court has provided to all of our media. There have been some concerns about, that I've raised earlier with you all, about the jury being identified in certain ways, whether it has happened completely like that or just that there are concerns. But there are concerns about that. And I want to make sure that all the media who have been provided a Rule 22 permission in this court to understand that there is to be no identifying at all of any of the jurors. And that also includes reposting comments about this trial and identifying any jurors by their facial expressions or their dress or their note-taking or not note-taking. Any of those comments are impermissible under Rule 22, and it is related directly to two things: to security issues and also to concerns about influencing the jury outside of this courtroom. And so I'm going to ask the media to definitely pay specific attention to the rule that the court provided and to refrain at all costs from identifying any individual jurors in any way. A comment about the jury as a whole, that they arrived at 9 o'clock, that they couldn't hear the evidence or something to that effect is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about individual comments about individual jurors and their behavior. That is prohibited. All right. Thank you very much for your cooperation. All right. Is the state ready to proceed?
State's ready, Judge.
Is the defense ready?
If it's allowable, Your Honor, I would ask for 5 minutes. That's okay. But it's up to the honorable court's discretion.
Well, I think we really need to get started. Is there a particular reason you need 5 more minutes?
I am just trying to find a single site, and that's it.
Okay, I'm going to let you do that while the state gets started. All right, you may bring the jury in. Thank you. You all may be seated. Thank you. Mr. Yalamanchili, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Agent Howell, before we broke, I believe we had just tendered into evidence State's Exhibit 160 as a recording of the interview that was conducted with Mr. Edrick Faust on May 9th of 2024. Who was present for that interview?
I was present, Special Agent Liz Bigham was present, and Edrick Faust was present for that.
At the time that the interview was done, had Mr. Faust been placed under arrest?
Yes.
Okay. And, Your Honor, for the record, at this time, I will seek to publish in chronological order the timestamps that I previously mentioned to the court and defense counsel.
All right, you may proceed.
And I'm starting at 6:03:55.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. Are you Ms. Faust?
I am.
Hey, I'm Liz Bigham. I'm with the GBI. This is Jeremy Howell with the GBI.
Love it all.
You want to take those off right now? We need to sit, talk to you, and do some things. But are you going to act right?
Well,
Are you sure? Okay. Do you have my handgun keys back in there? I can go grab it. Do you have one on you?
hang on.
Okay. Can I use some water or anything?
I'm cool.
You sure? You use the restroom?
I just did. Already.
I'm sorry?
I used the restroom.
Oh, you just used the restroom. Okay.
Let's see, I think I got the right key for these. Okay, let's go back down this a ways. There it is. Okay. Sorry, I don't have a key for that. There you go.
Here's that fridge, just in case you want something.
There we go.
All right. So there's a little bit of paperwork we got to do first, and you can get some information from you, obviously name and all that stuff. And then we'll kind of go from there. Go ahead.
What's all of it?
So you've got, I think it's about 9 warrants that we've got for you today.
What?
I'll explain everything to you. Let me get this filled out and stuff, and then we'll go over everything together, okay? I'm obviously we're here, we want to talk to you about this stuff, and we can kind of go into all that, but we got to get through this first.
Okay.
All right? It's Edrick or Edrick?
Edrick.
Edrick,
Yes.
E-D-R-I-C-K?
Correct.
And what's your middle name?
Lamont.
L-A,
M-O-N-T.
all right, and F-A-U-S-T?
Correct.
How old are you, Mr. Faust?
I am 48.
Are you sure? Okay. And what's a good home address for you?
My home address is, well, I got a P.O. box number.
What's like your physical home address?
350 Cooper Road.
350 Cooper Road?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. That's in Athens?
Yes, 05.
30605?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and how far did you go to school, Mr. Faust?
I graduated from high school diploma.
High school diploma?
Yeah.
Okay.
City shows? Actually, I went to City Show, but I went back to continue. I got a diploma in another school.
Okay.
Got another further down the road.
Gotcha.
All right, you reading right? I'm assuming? Okay, so let's go over this together. All right, it's 6:06 now. So today is May 9th, 2024. The time is 6:06 p.m., and we're at the, I wrote ACCPD, but Athens Clark County Police Department. Your name is Edrick Faust, and you are 48 years old. Your address is 350 Cooper Road, Athens, Georgia, 30605, and you completed the 12th grade in school.
Yes.
You know that Liz Begum, which is me, and Jeremy Howell over there are special agents with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
Okay.
All right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you can't afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any question if you wish.
Okay.
And you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. You understand all of that?
I do.
Okay. And you understand your rights and having these rights in mind, you're willing to talk to law enforcement officers, which are Jeremy and I. You've not been threatened. Has anyone threatened you in any way, shape, or form in law enforcement? Nobody threatened you? I know we weren't there when they arrested you, so I just want to make sure that nobody out there threatened you in any way. You've not been promised anything. Has anyone ever promised you anything in reference to this? And then have you been forced in any way to answer any questions or make any statements, maybe beside what's your name, whatever? Okay. So if you're willing to talk to us, you can sign right there. I'll sign underneath you, and Jeremy will sign underneath me. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let me just get a little bit of information from you first. Obviously,
And I'm pausing the video briefly at 6:08:12, Agent Howell, and I'm going to show Mr. Cruz what's been marked as State's Exhibit 161, Your Honor. And Agent Howell, I'm going to hand you State's Exhibit 161. I want you to take a moment and let me know if you recognize what that is.
I do.
And what is it?
This is the waiver of rights form that was administered during this interview with the information on it, as well as the signatures of Mr. Faust, Liz Bigham, and myself.
All right. Does that appear to be a true and accurate copy of that waiver of rights form that was executed on May 9th of 2024 during Mr. Faust's interview?
Yes.
Okay, Judge, I moved to tender 161 at this time.
Any objection? No, ma'am. It is admitted.
And, Your Honor, I'm going to continue playing the video for 6:08:12. But before I do that, Agent Howell, just to get some orientation about what we're looking at, where did this interview take place?
This is an interview room that's located at the Athens Clark County Police Department's facility, their main police building that's on Lexington Highway.
Okay. Obviously, we heard the reading of the form and it's been admitted into evidence. Based on your observations of Mr. Faust, did it seem like there was anything that was preventing him from understanding what was happening or anything like that?
Not that I was aware of.
Okay. As the interview progressed, did he seem to understand the questions and respond to them?
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm going to continue playing now, Judge.
You got Cooper Road. How long have you lived at Cooper Road?
Shit, I've been in Cooper Road about 40 years.
40 years? Okay.
40.
40?
40.
Okay. Do you own that house?
No.
Okay, who lived there? Or whose house was it?
Actually, it's my stepmom. She passed away a month ago.
Oh, no, what happened?
She had a loan account or something like that.
Aw.
This your stepmother, you said?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And what is her name?
Her name was Geraldine Hughes.
Geraldine Hughes? And she passed away a month ago. So are you still living there? Did she own it?
Yeah, she owned her own, yeah.
Okay. Are you still living there?
I'm kind of like floating. I've been like floating. I've been living with my cousin here and there. So,
Where does your cousin live?
I've been living in Overthorpe County.
Oh, okay. Where's that at?
Now, Overthorpe, in Maryville, in Santa Claus.
Sandy Cross and Marybeth Road? Where do you lay your head at night?
Well, I've been really just living here and there. I've been here and there and just girl house over here and over there.
Over here and over there in the girl's house?
Yeah.
All right. Where does the girl live? Somewhere you don't want to talk about?
No.
That's fine. We don't have to. And what's your date of birth?
9685.
Okay. And you're employed, I'm assuming, at Athens Finest?
Correct.
Is that your business, or do you just work for them?
It's my business.
It's your business? What do you do there? Besides mobile detailing, pressure washing?
That's what I do.
Pretty much that?
Cool.
Do you have, like, regular work, or is it just contracted work here and there?
I do regular work, whatever. I just work.
Okay. All right.
How long you had that business?
I've been in business myself I've been in business for myself and working on my own for like 4 or 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
Okay. What's
And Judge, I'm stopping as we had discussed. Oh, I'm sorry. I stopped about 10 seconds early.
a good number to get you at?
This is?
That one's your number?
Yeah.
706-612-6808. That's the best number to get you at?
Yeah.
Is that your cell?
Oh.
All right. Your Honor, I'm stopping at 6 minutes, 6:10:20 p.m., hour, minute, second, and I'm moving forward to 6:14:01.
Who lived at Cooper Road with you?
At Cooper Road.
Uh-huh.
Actually, back then, 20 years ago, May 28, 2003.
No, 23 years ago. We're talking about 2000. It was obviously Miss Hughes, right?
I was living with her, yes. But
Okay.
I don't know what relationship I was in or who I was with back then.
Okay. So Miss Hughes lived there.
Yes.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
My brothers and sisters.
Okay.
My dad was alive back then, yeah.
But was he at Cooper or did he live in Overthorpe?
My dad has been around. He's just been around here and there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who else lived in the house with you? Who lived with y'all back then?
As far as I know of.
Just y'all two?
Yeah.
Okay. And she was your stepmama?
My stepmom.
Where's your real mama?
She passed away 6 years ago.
Oh, okay. You weren't ever really close to her. You were close to your stepmama?
Actually, I've been cool with my stepmom. She raised me with.
And Your Honor, I'm stopping at 6:15:05, And we are going forward to 6:50:30. I'm sorry, Judge, it's not a very precise slider, so.
Were you there when they were building it and stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, I was in the area. I'm always in that area. I go in that area every day.
Do you really?
Yeah. I call it my home. That's considered my home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you physically live at Cooper Road anymore?
Oh, well, you can go there right now, and everybody will know me. They
No,
know.
I meant in the house, like at 350.
No,
you physically live there anymore.
no.
Okay. Did it get passed down to you? Or?
Well, my stepmother passed away.
Okay.
When she passed away, when she got sick, she told me she didn't need me anymore. Her niece lived in Rock Spring. She ended up getting the house. She bought the house from her, and she ended up moving up to Willow Mist across the street over here.
Okay.
And she lived over there when she passed away.
So nobody in your family lives there?
It's her niece live in the house right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she just passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when that neighborhood was being, or development was being built, I guess, did you ever go walk around there, or what was that built for, I guess?
I don't know.
Was it mostly like college students, or was it regular people, older Athens people, older
Back then it
people?
was real settled, but now it's not like that anymore. It's like real, like, right now it's like the ghetto, to be honest with you.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's pretty rough over there now.
Why is it rough over there?
It seems like everybody that got pulled from the other side of town, they start getting rid of like housing, the projects and all that. They give them vouchers and they start moving over on this side.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like it used to be. It used to be real quiet. So.
Okay. So back then, who was moving in there? What was it primarily?
I say college
students?
and probably some kids. I'll say that because you didn't really see a whole lot of black people in that area.
You did not back then?
Nah.
Okay.
What was there before they built all that?
It was wood. It was old car. All this on Lexington Road, Walmart, everything on Lexington Road was nothing but wood. There's a Lord of Stevens, there's a church, Lord of Stevens, Walmart. All that was wood when I was a little boy.
Wow, you seen some change.
I really have. And from there's another house over here in this neighborhood. All this land over here where this Dollar Tree and the skate park and all that.
Mm-hmm.
All that was nothing but wood back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, all that wood.
Judge, I'm stopping at 6:53:05, and we're moving forward to 7:02:45.
Were you ever dating anybody else around that time on the side or quietly?
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
I'm not going to go talk to them.
I mean, I ain't no.
And Brenda was the primary one, right?
She was primary,
10 years, okay?
No, I don't do no
But
stuff.
what about anybody else, like anyone at Walmart or ConAgra or the want to call it Sparkle, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But-
I don't, let me tell you something, I don't have some females in my day, so.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it.
Yeah.
But were you juggling any other females around that time? Seeing to be on the side?
I probably was. I don't have a lot of females in my day.
Okay. Do you date white girls, or do you date black girls, or does it
I
matter?
have dated white chick, I have dated one white chick, but it didn't work out.
One white chick?
Yeah.
Who is she?
Her name was Rita Spears, and that was it. She's from she's from, where are you from? She's from Carnesville.
How'd you meet her?
I met her one night at a bar.
Why didn't it work out?
Because she bipolar and she wanted me to be with her and call her all the time.
Oh, okay.
And she lived up in Carnesville, Franklin County?
Mm-hmm, yeah. I don't really, I don't have no ethic about females, the race, no color, nothing like that.
Right.
I talk to everybody. I'm cool with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You can go down here right now and ask anybody about me when it comes to communication. I communicate because that's I have a business.
Sure.
I don't mess around, man. I just treat everybody the same.
Okay. Did you ever date anyone over in that Deer Park area?
No.
Any college students, anything like that?
I ain't know nobody over there.
You didn't know nobody over there?
Mm-mm.
Never made friends? You just didn't talk to everybody?
I talk to everybody, but that was my cup of tea to go over there and deal with those people. Those people up across the street. I ain't know nothing about over there.
Why not?
I ain't know nobody over there. That wasn't my thing. I wanted to see my stepmama.
Yeah.
Or whatever. That was it. That's a neighborhood that just came up. I don't know anything about that neighborhood.
Okay.
And I don't have no business over there, period.
Anybody from over there ever come looking for you? Just to be friends with or hang out with?
Mm-mm. Back then, man, there was a play everybody like, man, it's just a play that came with this coming up. And everybody felt like it's high over, it's expensive. Anybody going over there, so.
That's how it was kind of perceived?
Yeah, everybody go over there.
Okay.
And Judge, we're stopping at approximately 7:05:40, and we're moving forward to 7:08:35.
They are for a myriad of charges.
And I'm sorry, Judge, I think I started the sound a little late. I'm going to back up again to 7:08:35.
We've got these warrants. They are for a myriad of charges that range from arson to murder.
What? For me?
And that's what you're talking about, this incident back in 2001. I think there's 9 different warrants, and that's kind of about this, get your side of the story, kind of hash everything that happened, and obviously I think you can pick up on the fact that it involves that area, that park area or whatever. But in my opinion, you can see that I've done research, right? And area I know, we know about you, stuff like that. But when we're talking about that and we're talking about these charges, there's got to be kind of an explanation as to why you're there, right? And that's kind of what I'm trying to talk to you about. So tell me about why you would be there in that Deer Park area back in 2001 and kind of, engaging in all these sorts of things at one of those duplexes.
That spot over there, that's a place I've never been to. I've started going there throughout the years, when people start, other people, when we start moving in, then But back in the day, the only reason I go like in the evening time, it's every blue moon. I gotta get my bike in the evening time, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the evening. I may ride through the whole, you know what I'm saying, ride from one end. Yeah, the whole thing. But other than that, I don't put around there. I ain't no business over there. That was my turf. My turf was in our neighborhood where we used to be, because everybody in the neighborhood
On the other side,
the whole way.
Deer Park,
all the way on East Meadow, and all the way in Morning View.
Okay.
I don't have no business over there dealing with them over there, because that ain't my cup of tea. They ain't gonna drink over there, and I don't drink with them, so we over here drinking. If one of my cousins don't come here and pick me up, and we go over there and ride out, they'll say, I don't have no business over there fooling them people that they ain't doing that to me.
And you said that you rode a bike?
Every once in a while, I may ride. Yeah, if I went over there, but I didn't deal with that sex.
Would you ever walk over? Just
No,
walk
I
over
don't
there?
have no business over there. This is my neighborhood right here. I don't know about people over there.
Across Cooper Road?
Exactly. I don't have no business over there, period.
And you said around 3 or 4 in the afternoon?
I said, yes. If I went over there, if I rode a bike, I would go then. But I don't have no reason going over there and messing with them people, period. No reason whatsoever.
And, Your Honor, we're stopping at approximately 7:11:15, and we're going to move forward to 7:11:45.
No, I don't do no walking over there for what? I ain't got no business over there walking. No.
Well, you would ride your bike around, though.
I mean, I said, if I went over there, if it just so happened back in the day, if I just rode my bike, I would ride around and see. I ain't got no business walking over there. If them people were jogging or walking, I ain't had no business singing into them or nothing.
Okay.
I don't, that ain't my gig over there. If I went anywhere, I probably would go to back then, I would go to the hood in Athens Garden. That's probably where I'd be at.
Would you have cut through Deer Park to get to Athens
No,
Garden?
it's not that way. It's
It's the other way?
different direction. I don't go that way. I don't have nothing to do with these people over here. I go over in the hood and kick it, but I'll be in my neighborhood. I ain't got no business over there dealing with them people. They ain't getting nothing to me. I don't know nothing about them. I ain't finna mess with them.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
So I got some warrants on me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go to jail?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
They told you were under arrest.
I mean,
That's not a new revelation. They told you were under arrest.
for some murder?
It's for
Do you remember any kind of incident that happened back then?
Man, I don't even deal with over there.
I understand.
No.
You don't remember seeing some police activity over in that neighborhood back in 2001? Kind of a big deal.
It was for a while, too, I think.
Yeah.
Like days and days.
You don't remember anything happening back there?
Let me see. Because I used to come over there and see my stepmama, but I ain't really, deal around too tough in it.
Okay. It's kind of like one of the biggest deals that's happened in Athens.
A murder?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, some girl.
Did you know her? No connection to her?
No. I don't know. I never saw her. The only time I see that, the only time I seen that was it was in the newspaper. I ain't never seen that or nothing else about that girl. I ain't know her. I don't know nothing about her.
You know what she looks like?
Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
You've never talked to her?
No, never. Never.
Okay.
Don't even know her. Don't know nothing about her at all. All I know is that she was a law student at the UGA, and she stayed on Fawn Drive.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the years, I know that right there they got that's where the rent office is right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where my brother stayed right beside it.
Your buddy stayed right beside her?
That was after the fact that when we started moving in, when black people started moving in, my papa stayed right beside her. Right beside the actual building. This right here was like in 2017 to 18. Okay. Not no recent thing.
Oh, okay.
No, not no recent.
Okay.
Did you know any of her roommates?
I don't know about that.
Did you know any of their boyfriends or anything like that?
No, nobody over there, period.
Did you ever go over there to buy alcohol?
No. tell them about those people over there. I don't know nothing about that. But they say that happened.
And, Your Honor, I'm stopping at 7:15:05 and moving forward to 7:16:14. And Agent Howell, kind of just before this portion of the video that we're about to play, had you asked Mr. Faust a question about his awareness of a national database of DNA?
Yes.
DNA? Yeah. My DNA? Man.
It's been a long time. We've made so many advancements and things.
Man.
If you can help us understand why your DNA's in that house, help us. I don't want to put your finger on the wrong guy. Help us. I'm here to exonerate just as much as I am to hunt.
Y'all come on, take a little deal.
And Agent Howell, in response to your request for Mr. Faust to help you with an explanation regarding his DNA, what was his response?
No explanation was provided.
Okay. And I think that's all I have for you about this interview. And so, Your Honor, if I could have just a moment to...
You may.
Agent Howell, we are Miranda form. That's right. I'm going to show Mr. Cruz what's been marked as State's Exhibit 162. Agent Howell, I'm going to hand you State's Exhibit 162. Do you recognize what State's 162 is?
Yes.
All right. How do you recognize it?
I recognize it by the labels that are on the exterior of the envelope. It is item number 10 in Athens Clarke County Police Department's custody. It is described as a bloodstained card for Chris Melton. It also has a GBI barcode on it, evidence property tag CC36694, and it also has our GBI DOFS report number, which is 2001-1 1002454, and is submission item number 27. And again, it is labeled as a bloodstained card for Chris Melton.
Okay. And so have you encountered that item at any time previously?
I have.
Okay. Can you explain to the jury, well, when you encountered it, is it in substantially the same condition as when you encountered it initially?
Yes.
Okay. And Judge, I'd move to tender the exhibit at this time.
Any objection?
No, ma'am.
It is admitted.
Okay. Just to clarify, though, were you involved in either the collection or observation of collection of blood, the creation of the card, or any of the testing that occurred at the GBI lab?
I was not.
Okay. What was your interaction with that item?
My interaction with this item was to collect this item, transport this item to the state crime lab, and submit this item to our state crime lab.
Okay. And do you have any direct knowledge of anything that was done with it at the state crime lab?
I believe it was compared to some swabs involved in this case.
All right. And that's all I have about 162, Your Honor. Your Honor, I don't have any other questions for Agent Howell at this time.
Cross-examination, Mr. Cruz.